Like,
yeah. But $5 joint.
Reparations.
Right. But dog, different parts of the movies, I look around, I'm just like sitting like, to a white person, white guy, whatever else, and looking around, it's just fat nerds, all different races and whatever else. But when old girl got shot at the end,
oh man,
the whole movie theater erupted. Like everybody was on the same page. Like, nah, that's
started clapping and shit.
Or whatever else. Or different parts of it.
And when Lorel pulled up, everybody was like, and I'm looking at the white people beside me like, yeah. Let's end racism.
I wasn't even on. I was looking like.
I didn't get that feeling though. I didn't get that.
I got that feeling afterward, not in the theater, but like after I left, I'm just like, dang, like you don't know what these white people up to. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna go on record because I think beginning of the year when Serena got with her white guy, and I was like, oh yeah, that's goals for 2017. I retract my statement. That's no, thank you. No, thank you. I sat out all that shit. We was talking about why. I mean, there was so many red flags for me because why you meet her parents 4 months in? I ain't meeting nobody's people's 4 months in. I don't even know if you're gonna be around for the next week, my nigga. 4 months.
Some people move fast, man.
Fuck
Some
that shit. I'd be
slow.
like, so how about this? Even if we did do that, let's stay at a hotel. I don't feel comfortable staying at your parents' house. I don't want to do that personally.
I don't know. Most niggas gonna be like, alright.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I was set up the way, not the opposite, not a white man taking a black girl's problem.
Yeah, I think the friend was on point the whole time.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he knew what was up.
He didn't know.
But y'all gotta check it out. Like there was a article that had like a bunch of like little Easter, you know how they do like Easter eggs, like things in the movie that people didn't really catch the first time around, whatever. I'm gonna have to send it to y'all, but it was a couple dope ones in there. Like just like, all right, so remember when the dad was talking about how much he hated deer, right? And that was really him talking about black people. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like, I hate deer. Like we should just get rid of them all. Like I wish we could all just kill them all. Like you know what I mean?
Ecosystem. Yeah.
So he was really talking about black people. And then at the end, if you remember, how did he get killed? He got killed by getting stabbed with a deer. Like you know what I mean?
Damn.
So it was a bunch of like little Easter eggs in there.
The deer when he first hit the.
So when he hit the deer, right? Yeah. Remember when he went back and
she didn't go.
She didn't go.
He went and walked and he was kind of showing compassion for the deer.
So if you remember, his mom was killed in a car accident. You know what I'm saying? So when he hit that deer, when they hit the deer, like it triggered that. You know what I mean? He wanted to go back and check on it because he didn't go and check on his mom.
And
like you know what I mean? And she didn't give a fuck because she ain't give a fuck. She don't give. You know what I'm saying?
When he stupid ass hit the maid or whatever the fuck she was, and
we just killing the movie for anybody who ain't seen it though.
Your ass should wouldn't seen it.
Probably on Fire Stick.
It's probably on the Fire Stick. It was on Fire Stick by Friday. So
everybody gonna be like, I ain't listened to the episode the Bmore was on because y'all killed the movie. I hadn't seen it yet.
But you still gotta see it just because you're telling me these things.
So what was the significance of the teacup and the spoon? Like what does that actually mean?
That triggers something. Sounds, repeat of stuff, stuff like that, repetitive stuff gets in your head. He didn't even think about the shit. If I would have seen her, I'd be like, okay, cool, that's what's up. I'm going back upstairs. Come on, sit down. I'm straight, bro. I'm good. Like, the fuck? Why am I sitting down with you this late at night? Like, what are we talking about?
I think it also represented like just black people and the paralyzing feeling we can have sometimes when being around white people, like, or being in uncomfortable situations around white people, like, you know what I mean, like, there's situations that we all in every day where you in a certain type of situation with certain type of people, and you don't know exactly how they thinking about you, or you do know how they thinking about you, and that makes you even more on your tippy toes. You know what I mean? Because you trying to, we all been in that space where it's like, all right, do I put on, the professional me, or do I, you know what I mean, or do I really, or can I really be me, right?
And just that alone is like a struggle within itself, like to do, and it's one that I guess once you just 100%, like you might have like some people that just 100% don't give a fuck. Yeah. Like where I work, they just don't give a fuck. So they do whatever they say and they won't. Sure. But then and at the end of the day, it's like that's what's up. And then you might have somebody on the other end that's kind of like, well, man, you probably shouldn't, why you acting like that? Like, you shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? But then on the outside looking in, it's like, why do you feel like that he shouldn't act that way? Yeah. Or why, that's him. You know what I'm saying? Or that's him. Like, and you should be, it's weird, because personally, I feel both. It's like I used to feel like one way, now I feel like, you got me fucked up. I'm going to do me because I always want to represent me. I don't want to, and put on the act because it's like, why should I have to do this? You're still human too, or whatever else. Right. But it's also what we're kind of like, I wouldn't say kind of like brainwashed to do. It's like some superior shit or whatever. Like, you know.
I read a book back in college, man. I took like a black communications class, and I forget. I think it wasn't called Race Matters. It was something. But anyway, it talked about how black people go out of their way to hold the door for white people because they want to prove to that white person that you're a decent, civilized person, and I'm not a thug that you think I am. So let me hold this door for you, so you can see. Oh, you know, like you got manners, right?
Yeah,
that's what it's called, race manners. That's what I think. That's what it was called. Yeah, and so. And I've done that myself. Like I'm like, because I'm in my head I'm like, all right, this white person, I probably always thinks I'm I'm a thug or I ain't smart or something like that. Let me hold the door for them so they can, so I'm like, oh shit, I wasn't expecting that of this black, this black guy, right? And it, the book talked about how fuck that shit, don't do that shit, like what I'm saying, like it's be unapologetic, like you shouldn't have to apologize because you shouldn't have to tip, but there's still a reality to it, and you gotta, you gotta be strategic. If you want to, wherever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to go, right? Play the game, right? Yeah. But don't compromise yourself, and don't be no punk. I mean, I think more and more, man.
But it's crazy. It's crazy that there is a game. You know?
Yeah, it is. It's fucked up that it's a game. But I think. But yeah, I mean, so it's somewhere in between. Man, it's a struggle for every black person on this planet, and that's I think a lot of white people don't understand that. But we're always trying to figure out exactly what to say and what to do at the right time. You know what I mean? And even the most gangster of us, even the most unapologetic of us. I mean, they still know that being unapologetic and saying whatever the hell you want to say is still gonna have a
effect.
It's gonna be I mean, some people just like fuck it. I don't care what the repercussions are, but there are gonna be repercussions. Like you know what I mean. And so,
but 321 podcast episode number 53. Man, the homie DJ Z Nice, my other homie.
You feel red.
What?
Your girl Red.
Damn, like bore me. Look, the other homie,
Cold in the Clutch.
Cold motherfucking Clutch.
What you so?
You know what I'm saying? But episode 53. Because this is about music. You know what I'm saying? Before we get out of here, I ain't gonna front. The homie Bmore has to go to work.
Yo. I mean, what time is it?
And I gotta whip it. I ain't even gonna front.
I mean, I'm having fun though, so I'll keep going as long as y'all keep going.
See? Hey, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Whip it.
So I mean, y'all understand you got cooking on.
Yeah, I do. I ain't gonna front. World, I gotta cook. Podcast world, I gotta whip it up in the stove.
in the stove? So you're gonna get inside the stove?
In it. I just might. I just might. Ain't no telling what'll come in.
Bite size.
So good you can eat a dirt foot.
No sir. No sir.
Hey, but nah, I won't go ahead and let Redman hit you with something. I think you said something earlier. Do you remember? He said he was on this podcast. Well, I'll ask him.
What? No.
Okay, cool. All right. So
got it. Shut up.
There we go.
All right, give my intro.
Okay. So right here, 321 podcast, man. We're gonna let Red. You gonna let Red unleash the beast?
I got a beast?
Yeah. Unleash it.
Unleash your beast.
Yeah. Unleash your beast.
What the fuck is that? Yeah. We're going to work on this, people. Okay, so earlier in the episode, you said that you're into podcasts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Give me your top 5 podcasts that you listen to on a,
okay.
regular basis.
So I got a little variety.
Shit.
So one of the ones I listen to is called it's this pretty dope podcast called 321 podcast. It's,
we heard of that.
I know all three of y'all. You know what I'm saying? I personally know all three of y'all, so I respect y'all and I appreciate y'all, what y'all bring into the city and to the game. You know what I mean? And so, I definitely rock with y'all. But I also got there is one called the Memory Palace. And so I'm a big history person too, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I'm pretty diverse, you know what I mean? So I'm a huge hip hop head, so I get into my hip hop ones, but I'm a history person, and so there's one called the Memory Palace, and it's this dude named Nate DeMeo, and my dad actually put me onto this one. He tells short stories about like random I don't know, like it's just stories that are based here in America, but that people just never heard of, and it's like really just like crazy stuff. And so, but he's pretty progressive, so he'll tell some stories that have to do with Black Americans, with women, with LGBTQ community. You know what I mean? Like it's a bunch of really dope stories. They're only at the most 20 minutes long, so it's get a lot of dopeness in a short amount of time. He has has this amazing voice, so it's just like perfect for a podcast. You know what I mean? But yeah, it tells these really dope stories. I think you guys would like it, especially like if you're just trying to catch a quick one. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's another one. So then hip hop wise, Combat Jack, Rap Radar. Rap Radar is my joint though. I mean the interviews are long as hell. And so,
but you get so much info.
Well, it's hard to find it. It's hard to find an hour and 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like your life, like you know what I mean. Sit there. So I usually got to break them up. Yeah. But I mean, I've been a huge fan of Elliot Wilson, Yellow Nigga from since the the source.
Bmore look like Elliot Wilson.
I ain't gonna laugh though. But yeah, I've been a huge fan of his since he was the editor in chief of the Source. So I used to literally buy the magazine just to read his his column he did every time. And so got a website and then the podcast. So I've been listening. So definitely the Rap Radar. Another one is 99% Invisible. It's kind of like Memory Palace, but it's they're a little bit more. It tells stories too. Like these, like for example, like one of the ones from Memory Palace is just. It was a slave named Henry Box Brown, right? And he decided to mail himself to freedom. You know what I mean? And so So I mean, some people know about it, but so there's stories like that. They tell stories that you would just never heard of. And then like 99% Invisible.
It's in the my bad. In Cincinnati, it's in the African American.
Definitely, yeah. So he'll tell he'll actually tell that story. You know what I mean? 99% Invisible does the same thing, and so. I mean, you get to learn a little bit about the history of, just dope scenarios and dope stories that happen throughout our history in America. You know what I'm saying? That kind of shape the way things are today, or just like crazy stuff that people just never think about. So I think that's dope too. And I said Combat Jack. What's that for? Shit. One more. Let me pull it up. What's my last
I think it's
one?
dope.
Yeah.
I mean, you turn me on to a new one. I'm always on some like where's the rap ones, where's whatever.
Yeah.
I tried
that's fine because I included y'all. That's fine. Yeah.
I tried to add 85. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I mean,
I got that one.
That one. There was one that was really popular. It was like a murder case or whatever. It was actually based in Baltimore, where this Muslim, I think, dude had killed somebody, and a lot of people loved it. I didn't get a chance to really check it out, but a lot of people loved it, especially women. I know a lot of women that really love that joint.
They always be liking them.
I love the murder mystery stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so
what's that? The other one where they be killing them after they was together and
stuff.
And all that stuff.
Snap.
My wife likes it.
Yeah. So
hold on.
I can't watch that shit. I don't.
But I got a little diverse.
I don't like Lifetime. None of that shit. I'm straight.
I've been listening to that one. You turned me on that. How I Made This.
How I did this.
Yeah, that was
what's that about?
NPR News podcast. How I did this.
Yeah,
and it always got like people that like from Kate Spade to
they had Mark Cuban on.
Chuck E. Cheese and Atari. Like he's
had Kathy Hughes on there. Like it just tells they life story.
And those joints are always motivating, ain't they?
Super motivating.
I look for that every Monday, and it's to the point to where, man, after I listen to it and I'm at work. Not knocking nobody at work, and then I'd be like, "Man, they look at me like that."
You talking about? Staple that shit down.
Right.
Staple that shit down. Shut the fuck up.
Man, I don't care.
I have one. I have a new one that just came out. Not my show, but there's a podcast called Black Girl Podcast. Absolutely amazing. It's like 5 black females, New York. Scotty Beam is the. I think she does PR and something else, marketing and something.
She worked for
Hot 97. Yeah,
I gotta check that out. I just seen somebody else recommend that on Facebook.
You want to talk about some inspiration, some motivation, and from a point of view that I can completely understand.
Yeah, not a lip service. That's what's
not a lip service, but I like lip service.
I do too.
Yeah, lip service
has its niche.
Actually,
right?
if I can. I'll get there. But my show, Banshee's Block, would be a perfect blend of lip service and Black Girl Podcast all thrown together.
That's what's up.
Because, Angela does the sexual stuff and all that shit, which is that show's coming up this weekend.
Hey.
Oh, it's going to be nasty. And then you got the black woman, our play, men, work, all that shit, and then just trying to deal with life as a black woman, period. that's all. Like, if that's what you want to say, then that's what my show is. But pieces of those inspire me.
That's what's up.
Very, very good shows.
Yeah, I think, man, people got to get hip to the podcast thing, man.